lap 7, then on board with Scabby as we come down into braking position for turn 1 and just overtaken by Biggerwood, and we'll try and continue to try and catch him while warming the tyres, fresh out on a heavier car as well. So we're going to be running through Curva Grande next, trying to pick up that slipstream, already getting a little bit of additional right-hand turn, right-hand down I should say, to pick up the slipstream, just moving around in the mirrors, keeping Biggerwood guessing as we run in towards the Della Roggia chicane. A little bit wide on the first part, just staying clear of those curbs just to stop the oversteer happening and getting those tyres colder than they need to be. Continuing then to start loading the tyre through Lesmo 1 as we build the speed, and then braking heavily down again, looking for that opportunity. Perhaps Biggerwood is going to start making a move on Terrier in front, but slow away from Lesmo 2 as we see Biggerwood going for the manoeuvre. Here he is. This is passing Terrier very, very neatly, and that's Terrier with the poor traction out of the previous corner, thanks to being the last to pit really off these soft tyres. As Signor Dude in from 3rd position, and really trying to hold on is Terrier to this place right now until he finishes his next run. On to the right hand side of Terrier comes Scabby on the new tyres, and he's really struggling as Terrier to come through. You got a little look at some of the intricate floor work that happens underneath the Red Bull Junior car here, but perhaps 1 lap too late for Terrier. He'll watch this back, he'll consider his race strategy, and perhaps think that he needs to pit that 1 lap earlier, but into the pits he should have the best medium tyres at the end of the race. However, we know that Bolide Fay leads our race, and he has yet to pit. We've got Drupert in that 2nd position, and now Nasty into 3rd place. Big gaps at the front, but we are busy down in the midfield. We've got Yank the Tank in 4th place. We have here then Biggerwood teammate in 5th, and Scabby into 6th place, and they're going to be racing hard through the corner. We've still got our debutant Terrier in the pits. He's going to come out in the last position, I think. And let's just check out, I haven't checked out how Sandra is doing, coming back to us here to race, and hopefully going to pick up a full-time seat in the Cabbage Corp team car. Not representing Azul Racing, as her partner is in Division 1, so a little bit of domestic rivalry, which is all good. We want to see that. There is Nintendo picking up a personal best in the 1st sector on his 8th lap. Bolide Fay pits at the halfway point of the race. That is a surprise for me. I thought he'd go a little bit longer before fitting the soft tyres, but he's confident. It's the fuel. He was down to 2% fuel, Bolide Fay, and I did worry he'd under-fueled here. So he's going to have to be a little bit careful on those tyres to get through to the end of the race. That is definitely going to be a challenge for Bolide. Into the pits then comes Drupert off the mediums with some damage on the front of the car. This is Bolide Fay. Drupert won't have to wait for his teammates to come out the pits. We have individual pit boxes here at Monza, and Bolide out of the pits then. He should be able to see, I think, his rival Nasty in front, but he's got a job to do now. The big challenge for Bolide, he's got soft tyres, but he's going to have to get them half the distance of our race, and he's also got to catch Nasty and overtake him for the win and lead at the championship. So a significant challenge here for Bolide Fay, our previous race winner out in Red Bull Ring. Drupert drops down to 7th place right now, and then just looking back on the track as Yank the Tank is not far away from the lead pair. If they do come unstuck, come into trouble later, and you've got to fancy that both Nasty and Yank are going to have the tyres at the end of this race, the grip ahead of Bolide Fay. Those mediums will be in better condition at the end of the race. We've got some close racing starting to develop here between Scavvy and the Buckstein Transport Service. I've got that stuck in my head wrong. Buckstein Transport Service race team of Biggerwood, just in front of him on track at the moment, as Scabby will be hunting him down. Scabby hopeful to try and make up for the previous race, but not qualifying quite as well as he perhaps would have hoped, and is some distance away from the podium at this current time. But we don't make any assumptions of finishing orders until we get right down to the death of the races here at SVR. All the strategies have this funny habit of coming together at the end of the race. That looked like an overtake from Nintendo. Was that an overtake or was that a mistake from a rival? And that's Saul in front, and just understeering wide through Lesmo 1 was Saul, and that hurts his grip back into Lesmo. Didn't take fully avoiding action because he was pretty limited for grip on the way through Lesmo 2, so no harm, no foul, as Saul trying to recover the car. You're not in a position to be in great 10th position, Nintendo profiting, and Saul drifting his way into Ascari as well, certainly ragging those medium tyres on the Azul Racing Team car, as Sandra runs in 10th place, partner of Aria, driving in his gamer tag, but that is Sandra in the car, with Berend Bodji, teammate, behind right now in 11th place, as Sandra has managed to have a more consistent run through the race than teammate Berend Bodji, down into 11th position, did have some damage to fix, as Terrier runs 12th, our debutant, having overtaken Oliver, out in 13th position now. But as I said, Oliver building his speed and his race craft and consistency from his first appearance to now. It is a big difference. You can see him flashing the lights again. That's just pressing the steering stick in on the controller when you're struggling for grip and you've got a VR helmet on. Nasty was just 007 slower than his best through the second sector of lap 10 at the moment. Driving well here is Nasty. He'll be disappointed to come in second, and a distant second in the Red Bull Ring, and I think coming back with a bit of a bang here at Monza. Will Bolide-Fay be able to catch him by the end of the race? Only time will tell, but obviously the closer he gets, the more pressure he will put on him, and Yank the Tank will be watching and waiting for an opportunity deeper into the end of this race. Scavy in 4th, Biggerwood in 5th position. We missed the overtake, so let's head back, shall we, and try and find that. So what was it? A mistake through the Lesmos again for our drivers as they come through Della Roggia chicane. This is Biggerwood. Oh, a big tank slapper from Biggerwood, just avoided the wall. So big Code Brown moment there for Burkestein, but Biggerwood recovering okay, and Scavy managing to get back past around the outside of Lesmo 1, should have a better angle on the way into Lesmo 2, and does so, leaves a tiny gap to the apex. Did he come unstuck coming out of there? No, nicely controlled from both drivers. So that's how Scavy got up to 4th place, but a long way in front is the podium contention order of Yank the Tank, is already through Ascari and out the other end. Good to see everybody joining us here on the channel. Thanks for finding your way back to the coverage after. Well, my PS5 tells me that that I pulled my LAN cable out of the back, but I definitely didn't. I don't understand. There's some glitch on the PS5 at the moment, which is driving me a bit crazy from time to time. This, though, is Saul chasing down that position back off Nintendo, but getting the braking a little bit wrong there. And again, it's Ascari. That's Saul just waiting patiently for an opportunity to rejoin the race. Very sporting of Saul there to allow Sandra through into 9th position without getting in her way on the way through. And that is Sandra then into 9th place, and I think feeling pretty good right now on lap 10, and let's hope that pattern continues through to the end of the race. Top 10 finish would be fantastic for our returning driver, only in her second race with us here in the 2nd division, and I dare I suggest possibly second lobby race ever. I seem to remember it was her first when she debuted with us earlier in the season. This then, Berend Bodji is in 13th position and has dropped behind Oliver. But still, competitive racing. We're on lap 10 of 16. We may have these rear 2 drivers in the grid lapped before the end of the race, potentially. And it does look like Bolide-Fay is starting to reel in. Nasty. Is that just the kind of concertina effect as they approach Ascari? That has definitely closed in. Have we had some problems further back as well? This is another problem for Buxton Transport Service. On the on, is it Biggerwood's car that had a problem? As we run, we're looking behind, we can see Senor Dude for the Darkside Racing team closing in behind. It does look like Biggerwood's still struggling through Lesmo 1. Is that going to continue? Oh, massive understeer. That's absolutely horrible. That is real pain for Biggerwood as he then clouts the barrier, and we've seen that several times already. The front right, the front splitter getting damaged on the drivers' cars as they come out of Lesmo 2. Low grip, but a crucial corner means the drivers are aggressive on the accelerator coming out of Lesmo 2, just a little bit impatient and perhaps not quite at one with the car through the corner. Drupert is catching hand over fist on the soft tyres as well, and he'll be greedily looking at his exit out of Ascari. Look at that tremendous overspeed from Drupert. Pulls fully alongside, will be confident, I think, with the grip on the car, but already ahead, and I think Biggerwood just letting him through. Biggerwood may be headed towards the pit lane to repair that damage and fit a set of softs to finish the race, but let's see. No, he's going to stick with it. And I think as you get towards the start of lap 12, you're kind of locked in on your strategy now. The loss is too great to make up for later in the race, and you just have to drive around the problems. Very ill-handling car it will be, especially braking heavily and turning at the same time for Biggerwood. Nintendo's in 8th, Sandra's in 9th, and a comfortable 9th right now, with Sol for Azul Racing rounding out the top 10 and setting a personal best sector. Terrier is in 11th, we have Bernd Broggi in 12th, and Oliver's dropped down behind Bernd Broggi again. These two are absolutely locked in battle all race long in the all-new Kimi's Racing Team car. As Nasty continues to lead, he's coming through Ascari once again, and it looks like behind him, Bolide Fay having a very narrow exit out of Ascari. Not able to pick up a toe just yet, but it's coming. I feel he's going to get there. He's going to start picking up a slipstream. Look at that. New fastest lap from Bolide Fay on lap 10, a 1:50.0. And he is, remember, on the soft tyres, hoping to get them to the end. But look at the wear rate. He's on 20% wear already. That's a brand new fastest lap again, a 1:49.9 this time from Bolide. He's not taking those, treating those tyres too carefully, is he? As now the gap down to, I would estimate, 3 seconds. Between Nasty and Bolide. When I commentate live, I can do live intervals, but replay, I don't know why they don't do the timings as you would like them to be. But in third place, Yank the Tank, not able to be with the pace of Bolide at this stage, but you've got to feel we'll be in a good position at the end of the race. Now we've got trouble. We've got Darkside together on track. And I remember the Nürburgring where these two did not play nicely together. Ironically, for Stormtroopers, managed to hit something several occasions, and these two rear gunners for the great Lord Vader, who watches with us live today. Vader will be watching carefully and seeing if any of his employees need punishment. So in 5th place, Senor Dude. Countryman Scavvy is in 4th place. That's a personal best from Senor Dude in the first sector, and he'll like that, especially as he's watching with us live as well. Really great to have the support on the channel. Thanks everybody for joining, and big thank you to everybody who takes the time to like, subscribe to the video, and rewatch as well afterwards. It's every little bit of support is super appreciated as we're trying to build something here, and really enjoying the process so far of building both SVR and the audience for it. Look at Senor Dude going really well, and that was unfortunately Scabby making an error, making a mistake heading into Ascari. Let's have a look from his perspective what happened. I think was it just late on the brakes? We head towards the 100-meter board there. We were slow downshifting, just underestimating the performance of the car into the corner. And Senor Dude will say thank you very much, and we'll easily get back past there. So where is Bolide? Oh, he's right with him. look at this. We're going to have a showdown on the final lap between these two. It's opening up between the Darkside Racing Team cars, thanks to that mistake there from Scabby. But Drupa is in 6th. We have Biggerwood in 7th, kind of alone at the moment, as is Nintendo. And then heading through Ascari. You always hold your breath through Ascari, especially as the tyres start to wear through, as Grizzle watches on. Team captain of, no, not team captain, but lead division driver Grizzle for Cabbage Corp watches on as Sandra takes car number 6 through Ascari. Saul is in 10th, Terrier in 11th. At the moment we have Berend Bodji ahead of Oliver at the back of the grid for Cabbage Corp. Oliver driving in the Kim's Racing Team car, but I'm going to switch over focus towards Bolide Faye and Nasty as Bolide continues to catch, but he's going to have very little grip left on the car to finish this race. So can he pressurise Nasty? He's currently running half a second slower than his fastest time, which is the fastest lap of this race. He's on the soft tyres on the option strategy. He's low on fuel. He's got a very lively feeling race car underneath him. It won't feel better than this the entire event, I don't imagine. And he's chasing and chasing Nasty down. Nasty 1 point ahead in the championship at the moment as we come towards the end of our inaugural Season 2 championship. But Bolide Faye will be very keen to try and make this overtake. This is pretty crucial. You have to fancy when these two have been clear head and shoulders above the rest of the drivers on average throughout the season. This should be a good one as they start lap 15 of 16. We have Nasty probably a second and a half to 2 seconds behind. Bolide Faye about that gap behind Nasty. Bolide driving for Mega Racing Team. Nasty in the lead team in both divisions, the Azul Racing Team car, the blue and light green. And that's the fastest first sector, as this is Bolide Faye ragging this car. He's feeling fairly confident on these soft tyres, but it's all or nothing. It's pass or crash, I think, is Bolide's attitude right now. He has such a gap behind him to yank the tank that I think he's feeling like he could afford an off-track moment, but he's just got to throw everything, leave nothing on the racetrack. He's already flashing red on fuel, and he's still got a lap and a half to perform here in the Mega Racing Team car. But Nasty so far holding on to his advantage well enough. That's still the fastest second sector for Bolide Faye. The margins are incredibly tight. Nasty has done a 150.6 on the previous lap, 0.3 of a second faster than Bolide on the softs. But this looks like it's going to be a pretty good lap here from Bolide, and he's starting to pick up that toe. So, can we feel anything sitting on board with Bolide here for the final lap of the race as he slides through Parabolica corner? I think he's going to be slightly too far away to make it happen, and he lost half a second plus in that final sector. I think that was the sliding through both Ascari and Parabolica. Looks like Nasty might have the measure of Bolide over the race distance today, but don't rule anything out. I'll keep my eye on those two as we have a look at where Yank the Tank comes through Parabolica to start his final lap. Senor Dude is ahead of teammate Scabby in that 4th position, and 5th position for Darkside Racing. This will go down as a good day, I think, for Darkside if they can come home 4th and 5th. We have Drupert in 6th place, very much on his own, so it's 2nd and 6th for Mega Racing Team. Second Buckestein driver is Biggerwood in 7th, who's had plenty of action. Nintendo in 8th, Sandra in 9th still, and one more lap to go to take home a top 10 finish. And same can be said of car 33, Terrier. No prizes for guessing who Terrier is a fan of then, the Dutchman. And this is Saul, and I think it's going to be another late braking into Ascari situation here. Just saw him off track for a moment as he leans on the front axle, and just massive understeer once again. These cars feel really lazy when you're trying to brake into the first corner. Oh, and Berend Bodji with a nerf in the rear. Well, that was pretty significant from Berend Bodji. Shall we have another look at that while we're on the scene. How did that actually feel from Berend Bodji? Was it an unsafe rejoin, or was he not really paying enough attention? You can see that the Azul Racing car is coming back onto the line. Berend Bodji's not really on the racing line. Had he been on racing line on the inside, I think he probably could have cleared that one. Oliver is going to get through past, and Saul likewise. But this is nasty. This is nasty running through Ascari then on his final lap. Looking good. He's about to lap his teammate. Oh, that's pain for his teammate here, unless they're going to go for a formation Le Mans style finish. But nasty, running soft to medium here round the outside. This is a hairy moment for him, as his teammate really could get out of the way. This is for the win. Wow, just adding a little bit of drama for the morning newspapers and the camera work through Parabolica. But Nasty leads the championship, extends his lead in the championship, and takes first ahead of Bolide Fay, who put a good challenge together. Yank will hope to not have the same kind of problem with the two Azul Racing teammates going through the final corner. But Yank is some distance back, but another good result here. A great podium in Monza for Yank, as he says, drive to survive. Absolutely. Round the final corner goes Yank to take the Buckstein Transport Service car into third position and back on the podium once again. Great performance. Senor Dude brings Darkside home in fourth, with teammate behind him in fifth place. Takes the checkered flag at this famous racetrack, and Biggerwood will help Buckstein, he hopes, to get a second and sixth position. Senor saying he was very happy with his consistent lap times towards the end. Good work, absolutely. And you can see a little bit of damage on the front right light unit of Biggerwood's car here as he weaves to the finish. Takes home sixth place. We've got Nintendo in seventh. Aya is going to pick up eighth place. Look, a place gained at the end of the race. I'm not sure who that was against. Presumably it wasn't Terrier, but Sandra in 8th place for the Cabbage Corp, Terrier in 9th, Drupa in 10th, and it looks like it's going to be Berend Bodji. It was Saul who had a problem on the final lap of the race, and I was going to say ran out of fuel, but no, that was just the contact with the barrier, and that was him going through Ascari and then being hit in the rear as well, for good measure. Saul at the back of the field, Oliver then in 12th, in 11th, Drupa in 12th. I think low on fuel, ran out of fuel did Drupa, so Oliver got that 11th place. Drupa running out of fuel at the end, but great work from Nasty in the end to take the lead, extend his championship lead ahead of Bolide Fay. Well, thanks everybody very much for joining us for this race. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourselves. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more live racing action and frequent clips to come out as well as shorts through the week. But from me, Webbo, from us here at SVR, thanks for watching, folks, and we will catch you on the next race day.